Zach, I noticed they took the net down at one end, and then you brought the whole party down to the other end. And tell me about your necklace.
I was walking out of the locker room to go back outside, and Painter basically tells me to go. This is what we did after the Big Ten Conference Championship. So he goes, tell me to cut down the net, and I cut down the net, and now I'm just holding it until he asks for it back. Not until he asks, for sure. You got to ask nicely.
Other questions?
Zach, every single time you step on and off the court, you get a standing ovation from the entire crowd. How does that feel every single time that happens? Does it ever get any less crazy?
It's always crazy. I never thought this would be my career at Purdue. Credit to the Coach Painter and Coach Brantley for sticking with me and really helping me develop and help me become the player I am. But yeah, it never gets old.
Question over here.
This question's for Mason. How does it feel to exercise your demons from last year and be able to win both a Big Ten regular season championship and a Big Ten tournament championship?
Yeah, we definitely had a letdown season last year. You know, we didn't get anything out of it, and so this year, winning by 3 games, having the best coach in the country, best player in the country, being able to fight through our ups and downs. You know, we've struggled at times, but our team is very connected. The chemistry is very high, and we just have great people in our program. And so whenever all of those things come together and everybody's working hard, success can only come at some time or another. And so winning by 3 games in the conference and then winning the tourney feels amazing. Great momentum.
Sam.
This is for both of you. If you could both elaborate on it a little bit, I'd appreciate it. But just a couple weeks ago, you'd lost 4 of 6, I think, and people were saying, what's wrong with Purdue? And it felt like nothing's wrong. The shots aren't falling, or maybe it's just turnovers or a poor half, whatever. Momentum now going in, and as a number 1 seed, how important is that for both of you?
Yeah, I think people kind of just freaked out. We were having a great season. We had the same guys the entire year. It's not like we lost anyone. We just shot, like you said, shots weren't falling. None of us in our program really freaked out. I think that was kind of just the media. We knew what we had. We know we have everything that we need. It was just a matter of the shots going down, and eventually water always finds its level.
Yeah, I'd agree. We have great coaches that are poised in many different situations, and so they kept us level-headed, and then it just trickles down.
Casey?
Zach and Mason, what are both your just first thoughts looking forward to NCAA Tournament? Get the 1 seed, first time since '96 as a team.
Yeah, I mean it's great. I think this is Paint's first 1 seed, so it's an honor to be a part of that. It's great. He's one of the best coaches in the country. He deserves it.
Same thing, really.
Right here.
Zach and Mason, so you finished the season undefeated so far on neutral courts. How important is that to have that sort of record and moving forward into obviously the NCAA tournament, which is all neutral court?
I mean, it just shows that no matter where we play, who we play, it's about us. We need to take care of what we need to do. Everybody needs to do their job, and usually whenever we do that on a consistent basis, we win.
Question right here in the front.
Zach, last time I talked to you, you had said you never cut down a net before. Now you cut down 2 in about a week. How important was winning the Big Ten tournament ahead of the NCAA tournament?
I mean, you want to win every game. You want to win every tournament that you're in. You just want to win. So obviously, it's great. It's rewarding. It kind of shows the work that I put in for the last 3 years. It kind of came into fruition. And kind of, it's a great feeling. Obviously, we got 2 nets. We got 2 hats with a little netting on them. Got 2 trophies. So, I mean, it just kind of it rewards the work that you're putting in, and it validates all of it.
Take our next question over here.
Zach, I don't want to make you talk too much here, but 2 games of 30 or more points in a row. You're stepping up in March. Is that something that you expected yourself to do, and is that a pressure that you kind of felt for yourself from the team?
I expected it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just kind of out there trying to make plays for my teammates the same way I always have all season. Depends on how teams guard me, obviously. The last 2 teams wanted to try to leave me one-on-one. And then my job is real simple when people do that.
Let's go to Mike and then Bob next.
Mason and Zach, just the contributions of David Jenkins throughout this tournament, and kind of how does that help you guys just become a little bit more well-rounded as you head to the NCAA tournament?
I mean, we love David. Coming in as a transfer and him having 1 year here, I think it's really hard. It'd be really hard for anybody to try to fit in, play well, mesh with the guys here, the coaches here, you know. And props to him for how he's handled it this year. And I think he's a spectacular person and a great player. And so his contribution is huge, you know. Coach always tells us it can be anybody's game. And so it's your job to be ready to do your job. And if you get the ball and you make the shots, great. If you don't, then it's just the next person up. And that's just how we play. So,
Bob?
Zach, two unrelated questions. One, will you be hearing from Mama Edey about the F-bomb? and nationally televised, no less.
Oh, God.
And what did you accomplish this week that will serve you well moving forward and toward a long tournament run?
I mean, for the first question, I don't think my mom cares at all. She probably let out way more than me, so it's no big deal. And for the second one, obviously, you want to have that momentum going into the tournament. It's always nice to win games. It's always nice to cut down nets and kind of, like I said, validate all the work you put in. So it's been great.
We got time for a couple more questions. Sam?
Zach, when the All Big Ten teams came out, you were the only Purdue player on the first 3 teams, but your Player of the Year. No Purdue players on the All Tournament team other than yourself. But how do you kind of view these awards as Purdue awards, team awards? Because a lot of guys have contributions, and because you're so deep, I think they don't have the stats to show for it, but you know their value.
Yeah, I mean, we got a bunch of guys, like I always said, that can step up every night. It's a different guy on a team. So kind of when you're so deep like that, kind of everyone's averaging, like they're not numbers to put on the All Big Ten team, but everyone can do that. So it's like, I think when you have a lot of talent, and the talent is doing like not limiting themselves, but like playing their role really well. That's when you have a really good team. Like we have a lot of guys that could probably go to a different team and average a lot of points, be on the All Big Ten teams, whatever. But they're happy here that we have a lot of guys that just love winning, and that's all that Purdue is.
We have time for one final question right here in the front.
Kind of piggybacking off of that, how have you guys been able to stay so close as a team? You can tell you're very connected off and on the court. How has that come about this season?
It's kind of been a thing all year, right? Even before the season started. It's probably the closest group of guys I've ever been around. It's one big friend group. Everyone hangs out with each other in our off time. We're all with each other. It's great, the chemistry you can see on the court.
All right, we're going to dismiss our student athletes back to the locker room. Congratulations, gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. And now we'll open it up for questions.